Okay, so one of the things we're going to do next is we're going to start using our ChatGPT and create some ads. Now, as I've told you before in previous trainings, when you use chat, the best way to retain the information that you've already gotten from chat is to go back to that chat. Don't start a new chat because then you have to reinvent yourself. You have to tell ChatGPT, let's revisit this topic. And sometimes they lose or some information gets lost in the transition. And you don't want that to happen. So that's why I say don't ever come back in here and delete this information. You don't want to do that. You want to retain it so that you can come in and literally create ads from that. Let it know, hey, this is what I want to do. So one of the things I'm going to do is come back in here and find one of the products that I made or that I talked about. So let's go here to frequency and health. Okay, I created a page on this and information. And one of the things I want to do is I want to come in here and talk to Sage. Good evening, Sage. And I'm just saying, hey, I want to continue this conversation. Are you available? So how would you like to continue? So again, she's already read it, and I'm going to say, let's review what we have already talked about. And then let's move forward with creating an ad campaign for this topic. That sound good? So then she's giving me a recap of everything we've already done. That refreshes the computer's remembrance of what we've done, and it helps me to remember what we've done. Frequency and health, copywriting, performance integrate, product integration. This is different things I wanted to talk about. Campaign strategy, frequency and health. So now it's giving me my campaign strategy, my outline. Remember, you always want that campaign strategy because it breaks it down and tells you what you need to do to create your ads or how your ads should be directed. Most people forget this or leave this out and they just go straight to creating ads with no real concept of what is out there and what they need to be doing and who they need to market to and who needs to be pinpointed because of the information. I got a great information, I got all this information, but now I'm just going to create some ads. Well, we want to make sure that we're sending the right ads to the right people. Okay. So now it's telling me my objectives: awareness and education, drive traffic to your blog, increase product awareness, promote Bella Vita. Perfect. That's what I want to do. Those are our objectives. Who's my audience? Health conscious individuals, EMF aware customers. Where's my platforms? Here's my platforms. Ad types. Here's the type of ads I want to create: awareness ads, problem solving, solution ads, product feature ads, lifestyle ads, memes, infographics. Call to actions, learn. Would you like to start by drafting the first ad copy or create a carousel social media? I'm going to say, let's start. I'm going to say the demographic needs to be pinpointed for my niche audience. Ready? All right, so now let's find my niche audience. So again, We already knew where we're going to market, who we needed. Now I want to know who I need to market to. Okay, so again, this is my demographic, women 30 to 60. This is what I need. Believes in natural. Let's begin the copy. So now I got my demographics for my niche. My niche is who I want to market to, their age groups and stuff like that. So now here is my ad for my niche product. Discover how Tune supports your frequency and health. So again, body, headline. Again, here's my ad too. And it's going by what my objectives are that I ads to create. And it's creating me one of each of these. Okay, which is great. So now I don't even have to worry about it. So again, let's begin with ad copy. Focus on tune and frequency. So this is just for tune. Okay, try tune now. So now it's pairing to tune with brain or Zlean. So it's giving me both, giving me all of them as an option. Again, for Instagram captions. So now it's figured these out. So now it's like, okay, do I want to targeting specific symptoms like sleep, brain fog, and skin. And I'm going to say absolutely. Absolutely. Let's target all subjects, all symptoms, and pair the related product with each one. Please. All right, so now she's going to go in and create these ads. Product pairing. So now she's doing tune and brain. So here's the ad, the headline, you got your copy, call to action. Okay, and then here's the other thing. Symptoms, poor sleep or restless nights. Product, headline, copy. Again, each one, symptom. And now that we have these, if I want them to be longer, I can tell her, hey, can we make the body or the copy longer? We need it to be, 75 words. 75 to 100 words is what we need. Now, these would be perfect. I can actually, come in and say, like Instagram. I don't want to create Instagram carousel or pins. What I want to do is I want to create So I want to create these specifically for Instagram posts. Why? Because Instagram has a very limited amount of characters. I think it's 50 characters that you can use in an Instagram post. Same thing with TikTok before you end up getting, they can't see your wording. So I want it specifically for Instagram and TikTok. TikTok post, which utilize so TikTok. So now it's doing Instagram and TikTok. And you're going to see now they're very short, very short. But it has my hashtags, which is what everybody wants to use on Instagram and TikTok. You can also use these hashtags on Facebook or basically any place. But the other ones didn't give me the hashtags. So how you talk to her determines what she's giving you. So now I have all these ads that we can put in there. Now the thing is, where's my page? What page do I want to use? So now that we have the ads, you got to make sure that you have your page that you want to use. So when I go back in, I'm literally going to copy these ads. I'm going to go into my training. I am going to go into my ad templates. And I'm going to go to my nootropics folder. Okay. And all of these are ads for any product that I've listed. These are where my ads are. I make sure that the topics match. So I'm going to go to my nootropics right here. I'm going to open this folder. And so these are the different ones I have. So now I'm going to create a new folder inside this folder. And I'm going to put frequency and health. So that's going to be the name of my folder. It's right here. I'm going to open up that folder. You see there's nothing in it. And I'm going to create a Google Doc. I don't do a Google Sheet. I do a Google Doc. And I'm going to create the Google Doc. And in it, I'm going to name the title. And this is going to be frequency and health. I don't know why it jumped down there. And if you don't give it a title, whenever you get finished creating this Google Doc, it will name it the first line of your first paragraph. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to copy. Number one, I'm going to copy my ad campaign strategy. All right. So this is just my summary. I don't want my summary, but I do want my campaign strategy. And I'm just going to copy from here. Oh, come on. All right. So copy here. And I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to add a new folder and put health and frequency campaign. Create. Open that up. Do a Google Doc. Create. And I'm going to paste. All right. And this is going to be, see, it says next step, ad campaign creation. And I want to get rid of that. Not all of it. So we're going to do frequency and health, ad creation. So now I have this. Now, if I want to go back and see exactly what I asked it, I can come back to chat and come back and get my prompts. Like she was talking about, get your prompts, see what you want to do, and go from there. So I would literally need to go back up here, but I already know what it is. I just create an ad campaign from this because I'm not getting rid of this. So we're going to come back to frequency and health. And then I'm going to come back to chat and come back and grab all of those ads. So here's my target audience. So I need to put this in here. So this goes with that campaign. Who's my target audience? So I'm going to come back here, come to the bottom of this, and paste that information in there. So now I know who this campaign is set up for. It's set up for my target audience. And I may want to go back in and grab my prompt so I know how I got that audience. Paste. So there we go. Okay. Now we're going to go back to chat. Got that information. So now we're going to do our ad campaigns. And I'm just going to literally copy them exactly the way they are. Oh. Copy, come to this one and paste that in there. So there's that ad. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So now I'm going to copy this right here. So I know what my next prompt was, which was, and I'm going to highlight this so I know it's a prompt, make it bigger so I know it's not part of the ad, and then come down here, go back to my original setting, and then get these other ads. And you can copy this if you want to and put that with the information that you had. Paste. So that you know exactly what you're doing, and then come back and copy this information. So you have all of this information. Okay, copy. I'm going to paste that here. And I think that was the last one. Nope. So now we're going to do these for Instagram and TikTok. And I'm going to copy this, go back here, and we're going to come down a little bit. I'm going to paste. All right. Don't want that bolded. 11. And then we're going to get the Instagram ones, Instagram and TikTok. Okay. Copy these. Okay, copy. And then we're going to paste those in here. So now we have all the information that we just created for those ads. Now, you say, so what do we do? We're going to go all the way back to the top. We're going to scroll down, and here's where you're going to put your information. This is where you're going to put page. So you're going to put your page or pages, and this is going to be your website page, and this is going to be your links. Website page link. So any page that you've written that this can pertain to. So I wrote a page on frequency and health. So I'm going to come here and grab that, go to my website. And come here and type in frequency and health. So right here. So I'm going to grab that link, copy, come here, and I'm going to put that link right there. And then any other link that I want to put with this, I can put my tune link. I can come back to my website, go back to my search. So now I can come through here and look for anything else that I got on frequency and health, see what else pops up. Frequency and health, yes. This is a long page. I got a fly in here that's aggravating me. I forgot how long this page was. No, we don't want that. Mobile friendly. So I'm going to go back up here and redefine my search and just type in health and see what pulls up. The right food to elevate your health. So we can do that because I think I talk about that. So we're going to click on that one and use that one, Nourishing Energy. I'm going to copy that and put that one there. I can use that as well. And paste. Okay. And then, like I said, you just search your site for pages that you've already created, and that's what you're going to use, because then you can come in here and say, well, I have all these pages that can go with potentially some of these. So you don't have to keep creating new ads. Just see what you've written or what it's written for you, and then put appropriate links with those. So if you have all your links that can go with potentially any and all of these, then all it is a matter of when you get to where it asks you to put the link, you're just coming back up here and selecting which link you want to use. And then if you have a video, you can go ahead and type in videos. So if you have, and this needs to be YouTube video. Okay, this needs to be a YouTube. All right, and then again, if you have QR codes, if you create QR codes for your pages, not for the link for the specific product, these should be QR codes for your website page. Then you can literally copy your QR codes here. But you need to make sure when you put the QR code that you specify the page. That way you're not going and having to scan your own QR code to find out what page pops up. So if you put your QR code, make sure you put a note beside it or under it what website it's going to, which one of your pages it's going to. And you ask me why I do this, because when I'm out and about doing different things and I have a few minutes, or I'm sitting and it's like, okay, something stopped me from doing what I needed to do, sitting in traffic, sitting in a school line, car riding line, sitting at the airport, sitting at a ball game in between games, whatever, I can pull up my phone and my Google Docs and literally use these and this and do my advertising, because I have everything spelled out. I've even went so far as to copy this page into another doc and actually put the links that I want to use for each specific one. So this one's talking about Tune by Vela Vita. And if I wanted to, if I copy this to another one, right here at the end where it has call to action, I would put the specific website, my website that I want to use. So if I come back here and type in frequency or tune and find out which one is just for tune. Why did you go there? I think I mentioned tune in here. Let's just go to frequency. I got too much stuff. Okay, we already did that one. I don't know why it's giving me these weird things. All right, right here, EMF issues. So I can come here, copy this. This could be another one that I can use. But say I just wanted to be very specific. I would copy this page and literally just highlight it and go to File, make a copy of frequency and health, and just hit make a copy. So it made a copy, or it's making a copy. And then from this copy, I would be pinpointing my call to actions. Literally, I would come here and say, all right, which one of these I want to put. I'm still going to put this link that I did. Still going to put it here. Okay. But then I'm going to grab this call to action and I'm going to paste that link there, I'm going to do a semicolon, not a colon. And I'm going to grab this link. So when I'm out and about and I just want to go in and copy verbatim what it says here, and you can actually come in and take out headline, body, and call to action. I, take them out, make it very clean and neat. Take out the headline, take out body. Just leave the spacing in there. Take out the call to action. Okay, and then do this. So now you have your two links that you're going to use for this particular ad. So now when you go and you want to copy, all you're going to do is copy from here and then maybe just do the first one, or copy from here and do both of them so they can see both of them if it allows you. It just depends on the site. And then that way you're not scrolling up and down to see which one. You have them right here. And you can do this with any of them. You can break it down and say, okay, what's the next one? This one is stress, fatigue. So what is it talking about? Try tune now. So again, you can use the same ones. You can find other ones in your site that you want to put that you've written about tune. And just see, this one's talking about brain or Zleam. It's got both of them. So here's, you can do 3 different ones. You can put your brain, your Zleam, and your tune pages. If you have, like I have one that's called the trifecta that has all 3 of those on there, I can actually put that there. So now I have a selection of different links I can use. And what you want to do is when you're going to advertise this product or these ads, then you want to say, pick just one ad. And the reason why you want to do that is, remember, you're on your phone. So you don't want to have 50 million different ads that you got to copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Select one of your ads from this list, and you're going to copy and paste that ad, including the link. And then you're going to go to the various platforms, your social media platforms, and literally paste it in your comment, paste it in your about, paste it, and it has your links, it has your information. If you're on Facebook, remember, don't put your link in your information. You always want to put your link in your comments. But because you have 2 links, you can comment twice with both links. So always use Facebook as your last place that you're going to post your ad, because that's going to take more dexterity with your thumbs to get that link, okay? Because you have to separate it. All the other platforms, you don't have to separate your link in social media. But if you're using some of the ad sites, depending on what ad site you're using, you can leave your links in there. But if you have to separate them, remember, use that site last, because you have to separate these links from the body of the ad. Does that make sense? And now it's just a matter of going to your various ad sites once you have this template done and literally copying and pasting. So that's why it's so much easier to use the existing conversation. And always, like I did, go to chat and say, hey, let's revisit this and refresh ourselves on what we talked about, and let's continue the conversation. That way it goes back and reads, and it gives you a recap. So now you're both on the same page, and you're not reinventing the wheel by saying, okay, remember what we talked about? Remember this topic? And it's going to say, well, no, I don't. Or no, that was a while ago. Now all you're doing is just going back to that conversation, say, hey, let's recap and let's start or continue this conversation. And it makes it so much easier to build. You can even ask it, hey, is there any updates that you are aware of on this conversation, which I didn't ask, which I can go back and ask it later in another week or so. Say, hey, do we have any updates on this conversation that we can use, some new material that's come out that we need to update our ads, or maybe change our demographic, maybe change our marketing place. That's the other thing I didn't ask it, which we can ask. hey, where would be, and let's do that. Ask it where we can market. So go and ask, okay, well, based on this information, great, I will get started on marketing what we have now and get back to you on the graphics. In the meantime, where would be the optimal place or places to market this campaign? States, cities, countries. And remember, tune can be every place that Velveeta is in. Brain and the other products are not all, cannot be. So we can market tune everywhere. So you need to be very specific. Go into your Velveeta back office, see what can be shipped where before you advertise all these other products. We know that the Jeunesse products are heavily sought after in the Middle, in the East, not the East. What do you call it? In China, Japan, all those places that way. They're looking for that. Puerto Rico, Mexico, they're looking for the Jeunesse products. So those, we know we can do that. So you can actually format this instead of using the Velveeta products, have it formatted to Jeunesse, and just change it for whatever Jeunesse products there's that. So maximize the reach and connect with people already aligned with wellness, biohacking, blah, blah, blah. Breakdown, here's the countries. United States, best states, California, Texas, Florida, Canada. Strong awareness, wellness-oriented, natural product interest. So it tells me top cities, Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. Australia, top cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, health conscious. UK, top cities, London, Manchester, Bristol. Is a growing concern, holistic wellness trends rising. So these, German, Netherlands, so these are the top 5. Niche, bonus locations, tells you where to go. Tech exposure, Dubai. So it's even telling you where to go. Dubai, Singapore, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Bali, New Zealand. And then it said, do I want to custom ad targeting for these, or you to prefer a global rollout? I'm just going to say, can we expand? Are there any other cities or countries? Cities, states. So again, I want to expand to other markets and cities that may be starting to become aware. So you don't want to just pinpoint. So here's other places: North Carolina, Oregon, Washington. So again, spiritual awareness. So that way I know how to market. So expand, change it. And she's going to ask me, do you want me to fix it to fix these? So this is great. Now see all this exposure, all these other countries, Asia Pacific, Africa, emerging markets, which is what I want to do. Priority, see, do I want a priorities launch location? Yes, please. I want a sequential outline of marketing and launch possibilities. So now it's going to give me a list of where I need to go to prioritize, basically, where I need to mark, prioritize, how I need to do it. So again, ChatGPT is so useful in so many ways. You just need to know how to talk to it. Like I said, this is something I used to do. A lot of you are not aware of the exact prompts you need to ask, how you need to ask. But if you're thinking business and not just cubicle, and you develop that relationship and conversation, make it flow naturally so that you're asking it things that you want to expand in. You want to think outside the box. Don't just be very narrow minded and say, okay, I got to do Velveeta products. Let's write an ad. Be very specific. Determine your niche on the product. Have it create a campaign based on your conversation. Once you have that campaign, then you want to start pinpointing things. Find your demographics, find your niche market based on the information you've gotten already in this conversation. Then start building on that. Okay, who do I need to go to first? Where do I need to go to first? You can even go, what is the perfect time? Um, okay. So I want to know, do I need to market them 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock? Um, you know, specific best times. So it's even telling me when I need to market to these people. So now I'm not wasting my time on marketing to people that ain't going to look at it, or it might get lost in all their other marketing information or all their other things that they're looking at. So now it's pinpointing the best times that I market. So those of us that work a schedule, this is perfect. Okay, from 6 to 8:30, I need to be sending people or posting on social media here. I need to be doing ads here at this time, Central Time. Okay. So I have to adjust all these times to my time, which is Eastern. But if these are your times and you know, hey, 6:30 in the morning, you should post something on social media. Okay. Um, Wind down. How many of us used to always check your emails right before you went to bed or right time you got finished dinner? You say, all right, but my husband does it every night. Let me see what I got to do tomorrow. Let me check my email, see who responded. You do it first thing in the morning. Who responded from the night before? Same thing. But we're not doing email campaigns. You can, but we're not. Same thing with social media. People get on TikTok whenever they get a break at work. They get on social media, any type of social media platforms. They scroll through internet, they scroll through ads. So it tells you the best time to go. And it even tells you quick video watchers doing lunch, 2 to 12. So I need to be on TikTok. I need to be on Instagram. I need to be making sure I have those carousels. I have those short 30-second videos that are out there that I can post. And we're going to do a training on how to create those and set them up in your social media platform so that they show up. You just take one day of work and schedule everything and then just pop them out as you need to. So again, let ChatGPT do the hard work for you, and then all you do is plug in your information. Very simple. Thank you so much. So now I'm just saying, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. All right. So now it's telling me I've hit my limit for today on this particular chat. Um, so again, and it even tells me pro tips by platform: TikTok, after dinner; Instagram, when should I post reels for tune, and symptom pair. So it gave me all of this. Pinterest, I need to go in and do long-term content. Facebook, between 9 and 11 and 6 to 9. Again, okay? So don't just think ChatGPT is just for basic information. You have to think like an executive. No, if it says your chat's getting long, number one, like I said, make sure when you start a chat, you don't incorporate other chats. When you start a chat, it needs to be on one idea and continue that idea. Don't come in and say, oh, well, I want to create something. Hey, let's create something that, because then it's going to get confused when you come back in and try to make a campaign because it's not which one are we making a campaign on. So if you've done that, what I suggest is copy the information in a new chat that's very specific in one line. If it says it's getting long, that's fine. Let it time out, come back and start again. Time out, come back and start again. But if you get to the very end and you've gotten too much information in there and it says start a new chat, keep it going until it absolutely won't let you do anymore. And then make sure you named your chat. So when you go back and start a new chat, you can say, hey, Sage, remember when we had the chat titled blah, 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 blah? Can you go revisit that chat and let's start again? Or let's continue with this on this new platform, this new chat. That's the way you do that. Middle East, if we can get in the Middle East, then yeah, by all means, go there. If our products can be delivered, why not market there? Market wherever you can market. That doesn't mean you have to create a page specifically just for that country. If the product you're advertising can be bought and sold in a specific area, you want your whole page to be marketed there. Now, they're going to go and look in your site. They're going to see different things, but when they click to purchase, it will tell them whether or not they can buy in that area. So market everywhere, but just make sure before you do that the majority of the stuff that you have on your page, they can buy. You don't want to market in an area where you're sending them stuff and they like it and they can't get it. So before you advertise your site in that area or your specific page, make sure the stuff on that page they can buy. Now, if they go into your site and look for other stuff, that's on them. But if you're marketing in a specific area, make sure the products on that page can be sent to that area. You don't want to get blacklisted because you're doing false advertising, meaning you're advertising a product that they can't get in their area. So make sure whenever you specifically go to an area, that product that you are advertising on that page can be sold in that area. Yes. So when I ask it for different places, usually ChatGPT will tell you when you tell it where it can market, it will specifically say that. So I could go to Velovita and say, we can market this product in this areas. And then it will specifically only give me that information. So again, you can always go to your Velovita back office and see what products can go to what countries. I know Savings Highway Global's the insurance is only for the United States. I think United States and Canada. I can't remember now. But I know the B2B is the United States, correct? I think it's just the United States. But they do have a lot of stuff that goes outside the United States. You just have to go in there and look and see. I think the travels for everywhere, but I know a lot of the insurance and the benefits and different things is just for the United States. So that's the only one I know that you need to be cautious of. But the Velovita, I think they're in 82 or 90 countries right now. And all of them can get Tune, but not all of them can get the Jeunesse and Velovita products. So if you're doing the marketing just for Tune, just go look for the different countries and make sure that that's where you market to. Oh my goodness, it's 9:16. I'm sorry. We're going to stop this recording.